Have you noticed this recent trend where when successful ladies get to a certain age and they've never been married, they're divorced, or they've never had kids, the next step is to get pregnant? A lot of celebrities and public figures have done this, the likes of Chika Ike, Iniedo, and recently Georgina Ibe and Toke Makinwa just joined the group chat. Now, I also came across this post from Solomon Buchi, the online yapper, where he shared his opinion, which was a lot. He talked about, as a Christian, this should even be up for conversation. Now, I don't agree with everything he said, but I think I agree that hello my gorgeous people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you are welcome. My name is Cheta and I create content in Abuja, Nigeria. You are in the right place. Make sure you smash the subscribe button down below so that you become one of us, okay? To my returning guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. I really appreciate every single one of you, okay? Again guys, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And yeah, without a lot of yapping, rambling, let's jump straight into the conversation of today. Is indeed a man's world. Why do I say this? You know, this conversation where once a woman gets to 30, it's like, she's no longer of value. She's now deteriorating. It's harder to find a partner if she has never been married before, and the struggle is endless. While on the flip side, when a man is getting to his 30s, he's still hot. 40s, still hotter. 50s, they still term him as hot. And I'm wondering why. Like, why do we value a woman's hotness on her age? I really don't understand why. And this is the leading cause why this has pushed a lot of women into this trend. I mean, everybody has plans for their lives. Oh, I want to get married. I want to have children. But some of these things are really not under their control. Some people do not have this luxury. They don't meet men, that they don't meet the right men that are willing to settle down with them and maybe start a family. So when they get to a certain age and they really have a life goal of getting pregnant, the next step is to have a baby through whatever means they want, especially for the successful ones. Because I mean, the only thing stopping them is a partner. This is not within their reach. What do you want them to do? I would not lie. There was a time I had this mentality. If I get to a particular age, I have my children, I keep pushing. I used to have this mentality until I encountered Christ and started believing that, oh, of course, God will make things perfect in His time. God will align things in His own way to favor me. I wouldn't have to do this and all of that, basically. There are so many positives and negatives when making this decision. What do I mean by positives and negatives? Of course, when you decide to have a child on your own, there are so many positives and negatives. Some of the negatives is, of course, people will term it as, oh, you're being selfish, you're not considering the child in the picture, you just want to go out there and have a kid, right? And some children have maybe struggles, emotional and mental struggles that impact them as they grow, maybe because they don't have a father figure in their lives, people mocking them, some issues here and there. Yeah, on the bright side, there's a positive. Of course, if it's your goal, if it's your long-term goal to have a child and you are not lucky enough to have a partner that wants to do this with you and you can do it yourself, why not? It's a good thing that you're able to achieve that thing you want, just like Toke Makinwa shared in her story. It's also good that if you have the financial capability to do this and maybe also psychological capability, because a lot of times people think parenting is all about the money, but it's not always about the money. Even the psychological part of things, you have it, you can provide it, you're willing to make the sacrifices. Why not? I mean, go ahead. It's good that technology has made it easier for people to gain their lifelong dreams with or without a partner. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. The only downside is that maybe the negative impact on the kid, of which parents now find a way to bridge that gap. I've seen women that end up making their dads the father figure, their brothers for their kids, that their kids don't necessarily have that gap of not having a dad. Of course, I mean, if you still don't have an actual dad, it still comes with some sort of stigma and some sort of issues sometimes. Not everybody, I believe not everybody, but what I mean is that times have changed. Evolution has come in and it has helped solve a lot of problem. Okay, now talking about innovation and technology, if you can freeze your eggs early enough, of course, why not do that? That shouldn't even be up for conversation. If you can freeze your eggs, go out there and freeze them, okay? But the thing is, freezing of eggs is not cheap. It's not 1 naira, 2 naira, 3 kobo. In fact, that's why I think they dragged that Ifedayo lady when she was saying every lady should freeze their eggs, because at least I live in Nigeria. I know that it's not cheap. I don't know whether it's affordable in the US, in the UK, and then aside that, people that have the money, I know it's affordable for them, but it's not really like malaria drug that you can get in any pharmacy. It's not like cheap medical whatever. Do you get? It's expensive, but of course, if you can, why not go for it? Talking about this decision, I recently watched Toke Makinwa's podcast where she shared her experience, even broke down in tears. It was a lot. She was talking about falling into depression. She really wanted to be a mom before 40, and she went for it, and it was a turnaround for her. It gave her the satisfaction that she always wanted. I mean, she's financially stable. She can take care of herself. She's willing to provide emotional support to her kid. She wanted a kid so bad. I mean, she has tried in a marriage before. What do you want her to do? If she wants a kid and she's able to afford it through IVF, because IVF is not even cheap on its own, it's expensive. If she can afford it, why not? Funny part, I'm not really a Toke Makinwa fan as much, right? Until I watched that video, I could relate to her story. I could not really relate is a deep word, but I could really understand her story. People have lifelong dreams of being moms. If they can't achieve it one way, why not try the other way? I don't see any reason why you shouldn't attempt this if you can afford to. Okay, the people that go for adoption, the people that go for IVF, the people that go have sex themselves and have their kids, it's on them. So far they can take care of their child, okay? That is on them. Now, talking about the biblical aspect, which was what Solomon Buchi was hammering on, saying that a woman has no business having a child unless it's with her husband, a matrimony, yada, yada, yada. Please, is there a place in the Bible where it says that every woman must have a child through their husband? Because me, I personally have not come across this Bible chapter. If there is, please share in the comments. I don't see anywhere this is in quotes, is a law, is something that was hammered on. I don't see it. What I know I saw in the Bible is, if you don't want to marry, you can stay alone. Yes, and that is why I advocate for, if you don't want to marry, stay your own. But I don't think I saw anywhere in the Bible where it says if you are unable to get married. Of course, I know the Bible doesn't support maybe having sex, fornication, adultery, and all of that. But people do IVF, people go for adoption. I don't think the Bible is against it. If there's any way the Bible said this, please quote me in the comment section and correct me. Like, we're all here to learn. But personally, I feel like it's fine. It makes sense to me. Yeah. I have a friend who adopted a kid. She adopted this baby when she was 29. Yeah. To a bit 28. She's not even up to 30, or maybe she just turned 30 this year, right? And it's her decision. I know a lot of people will be like, why? Why would you do this? You have devalued yourself. Will she find husband? I'm sorry. A man that loves her would accept her and her child. What are you people talking about? Having a child is not a bad thing. Do you know what it means to take care of a child? It's a full-blown responsibility. If someone can go to an adoption center and adopt a full-blown kid, not a cat, not a dog, a human being, and you look at that woman and say, she's not responsible, she's not a marriageable material, then you as a man, you have a problem. You have a big problem, okay? So my point is, if it's your lifelong dream, you can afford to, you're willing to put in the energy, both physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, every aspect of it, why not? I don't see any reason why. I don't agree with Solomon Buchi. I feel like Solomon Buchi is just a cloud chaser, for lack of a better word. He's just trying to trend online. He's just trying to make some noise and yap and whatever. That's how he makes his money, whenever people are dragging him from one blog to the other. So people should allow him to make his money, okay? He's just yapping and talking. Is it because he's lucky enough to get married? If he was not lucky enough to get married and he wanted a kid, won't he still solicit for this kind of options? Do you get me? So it's easier to say, or is it to speak when you are not in that shoes? People that are in that shoes, they understand what it is. They understand what it feels like going through that, wishing that it's just like you wishing to have a child and never having the opportunity, trying severally, but it's not working. It's really not within their control, and there's nothing they can do about it, but what they can do about it, if that makes sense. The long and short of this conversation is, I wish them the best. I am happy for them. And if it's their lifelong dream and goal, and technology has made it very easy for them to achieve it, I am happy and proud and glad that they have achieved this dream, okay? Anyways, you guys should share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this entire conversation. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm done yapping. I'm done talking. Before I call this end this entire video, I want to do something that I usually do. Yeah, especially in my sit down videos. If I vlog, I forget to do it, but I do it in my sit down videos. So I try to shout out small YouTubers, small creators to give them a push in the little way that I can, because I know how difficult it is to grow on these YouTube streets. Okay, so it's my own quota that I'm giving back to my community of maybe content creators, YouTubers that are trying to struggle and grow on this platform. Okay, so today's shout out goes to Jijingi Mimidu. I hope I pronounced that name well. She says, I am a small YouTuber. I do natural hair tutorials, styling, and care. I'll be really grateful if I get a shout out in your next video. So you guys, I'm shouting out Mimidu. I checked out her page. She's a natural hair person. I checked it out, very interesting. You guys should go and support her. Go and subscribe to her channel, like her videos. Tell her that you came from Cheta's world. Okay, please go and do this so that when it's your own turn, people will return the favor. Like I said, this YouTube street is very difficult to grow here, so the more we support ourselves, the better for all of us. Drop her a sweet comment. I am from Cheta's world, I'm here to support you, and all of that. Okay, and if you want your own shout out in the next video, just let me know in the comment section the name of your channel and what you do, and you just might be the next one to get a shout out. Okay, all right, thank you guys so much for watching again. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share your opinions with regards to this conversation in the comment section. I'll be reading and responding to every one of them. Okay, all right, see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.